Helps if I turn my mic on for the stream, even though I'm going to keep knocking it around with my headset. That'll be fine. Okay, let's go. Come on, please reset my position.
Ah, data shared.
Command, reports are coming in from Delta Squad. Be on the lookout for smuggler traffic in the area.
It's a bit jittery.
Is one probe enough? No, not enough. Do the second one.
Everything seems like it's in different places when you're in VR.
I heard a VR story the other day. I don't know if it was somebody here in the gang, but made me smile. He was saying, so I got up from my seat to go fetch a can of soda, and then I realized I was still in VR and walking around my ship. I thought that was pretty good.
The cables
Immersion.
will stop me.
Yeah, dysphoria.
Where are you going next, Space Cat? You going Charlie or Delta?
Oh, just go sell to the station. I'm going to have a look at that metal ridge that looks like a water world. I want to have a closer look. I'm wondering if it's not a frozen.
I'm just gonna do one more scan and then I'm gonna go and sell.
Okay.
Are you going to Planet 8?
Yep, I want to have a closer look. Sometimes high metal content way out there is actually something I call a frozen earth. They're pretty rare, they appear as high metal content, but their composition is very earth-like and you can actually see greenery and big ass because they're too cold, the polar caps are gigantic. This one doesn't look like it'll be, it's a methane-rich atmosphere. Still, I want to have a close look. I'm just curious why it looks so bluish, waterworld-like.
I just checked out a system with protostars.
That planet is freaking hot.
It has 7 protostars and an ammonia world and a terraformable world.
This is very jittery. Never normally like this. Just check settings.
We have the temperature of the planet 152
Which planet
Celsius.
you talking about?
That one you just got a probe.
Oh, you're right, it is kind of warm.
That thing is warm.
Still, it's got a nice cap somehow. So it's worth having a closer look.
What's the gravity?
2 or
It's
so.
doubling, about triple the gravity. It makes sense. That's actually a supermassive water world.
It's not a water world. I think it's the
so
atmosphere
the
diffusing
mostly.
everything we see from the surface. I'm not sure. I've got clouds. Oh, puzzling.
Or what a moony world it could be.
Right. Space Cat, Gary and Kelly, stay in the wing. Stay in the wing, please.
Yep. So the surface is extremely flat.
And
Wait.
warm.
Okay, now I've got proof. It's not a water world type of sea a continent.
What is it then?
Well, it's just that the atmosphere is so... It diffuses light quite a bit, so you don't see clearly what kind of world this is. From even up close, I can't tell if this is a continent or a lake that I'm looking at.
It's about the size of Earth.
It is total nighttime. Hey guys, does the waypoint come out? It comes out in like another hour, right? Or is it 3 minutes?
Should be in an
No, 1
hour.
hour and 3 minutes.
An hour and 3 minutes.
Okay. Cool.
They normally publish at 7. We jump at 8 normally.
Yeah, we've been jumping as soon as we get it lately.
Do you find anything interesting about that world?
I'm going to give you guys a picture in a moment.
There's quite a few around here. There's somebody's got their hard points out.
Are you getting lag?
There are about 5 other commanders in my instance in Super Cruise here at Polo.
Yeah, he's in VR though. That's why he's getting the more.
Oh, yeah. Well,
always
you're
been
gonna
paying for
get
that.
lag around Polo anyway, because
Yeah, I get lag when there's a lot of ships near me in VR. But that's ships.
Yeah, we in Polo Harbor, commanders have been having problems there all week long. I could just imagine how it's going to really be glitchy when a whole bunch of commanders are in there around launch time. I don't. That's why I'm not in that system. I'm like, nah, not going to Polo.
Yeah, the galaxy map in VR is a little difficult to use.
But once you bind them to your HOTAS, you should be fine once you get used to it. At least I am.
No, I do, but it's still not as easy as not being in VR. I've got everything bound just fine. But
I may have trouble docking.
You might.
Are you new?
Okay, the world of fun is more like.
I'll go solo if I have to.
Titan.
Oh no, I can't because I've got to be in the wing.
You don't actually, as long as there's a wing when you scanned it. You can actually.
And they were in the same system. Actually, that image is nice. But that planet is more like Titan.
I was just gonna tell you if you might want to land on the planet and just go in solo, and then land at Polo Harbor after you go in solo to turn that in.
Yeah, I put up a picture in voice chat link of not a water world. You can see the land mass almost hidden by the atmosphere.
That rock is more like Titan.
Basically, every time I've gone to solo now, every time I've gone to Polo Harbor, now I've had to literally land outside the base, go into solo just to land. And then you have to be careful that when you spawn back in, if you come into the PG, you have to be careful you don't spawn in somebody else's ship inside the hangar. That's been happening a lot this week too. So.
Nuisance. All the horror stories of commander ship fusing together.
Yeah, well, Rico got a picture of the first ever crate MK3.
Was that a leak? Or a mistake or something?
No, it was a Phantom and a Crate Mark II that merged together. A picture of it.
Must have made some weird reactors. Thrusters.
Have we heard where these two anacondas were stuck together? I guess Anaconda Mark II.
Yeah. Or what if
that's
it's
just the top of the iceberg.
I wonder what an anaconda and a python together would look like.
No, you need to mix a
An
anaconda.
An anaconthon. No, maybe
and
not.
A python.
A pida.
A pida.
Yeah, so land on the planet and then log out, go in solo, blah-de-blah-de-blah.
That's what you call kit bashing.
Probably it look like a with a big old head on it?
I used to jest before the patch came out that, hey, if they bring us a dedicated mining ship, they should call it the Copperhead. To go with the snake motif.
There you go, the Copperhead. That works.
I think only ginger people should be able to buy that kind of ship.
Somebody's complaining about a 300 credit fine. Oh, makes sense.
Well, if they're complaining about a fine, odds are it's at Polo Harbour, because yeah,
it is.
Yep.
If you like getting little,
somebody left the wing. Was that intentional?
That was me because I can't land.
Yeah, he has to literally go solo before he can like land.
Yeah, that would cause the issue.
Yeah, I flew there in solo.
Yeah, it's the only way you're going to be able to land at Polo Harbour right now.
This is test number 1. We'll see if having 2 people on planet and 1 in space will be good enough.
It should. I know it worked with me. I literally, I was literally sitting here on the planet, and my name ended up with those other 4 commanders on those other stars. I didn't even know it. I went back and looked later, and it was like,
one thing I did around waypoint 4 is I was in multi-crew with somebody, and it didn't share the
Yeah, I'm timing it just right. I'm gonna have to go up and scoop some fuel for takeoff.
Right, Universal Cartographics is loading
planet
up.
above my head is very imposing. I use my HOTAS to do that.
Yeah,
you have to bang your head into it.
The thrust
bind it to your primary trigger.
If you
or whatever your target, you could do. Your
I press the B button on the HOTAS if you got an X50, and I use the strafe buttons to move the cursor around.
In your keyboard,
use the hat switch to move around the menu.
Hit the if it's right in front of you, hit the T button if you have a keyboard, and that will target it. Yep. Or try the F button if you're an FSS.
But you should probably just take a couple hours and bind all your HOTAS buttons so you know where.
Right.
I press the B button whenever I want to target anything I look at.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to
2 buttons to target stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna want to
joystick. The B button's always by default. It's target. If you got a HOTAS X52.
Yeah, you're gonna want to keybind both the target, whatever button it is you use for targeting things, and also keybind whatever button it is in FSS. Usually, it's on keyboard. It's F.
Oh, it's because you're using the mouse.
Yes, he is.
That's why you just got to use your HOTAS.
Right, you have to use HOTAS for targeting.
Okay, that's weird. My ship is not in my own instance.
Weird.
I'm in an SRV and I'm trying to go to my ship, but my ship's like invisible.
Your ship's in a different instance? How in the hell does that work?
My ship's invisible. If I dismiss it and recall it again, maybe it'll be back into this reality.
Yeah,
I can see the triangle, but the ship's invisible.
I just switched from my Eagle to back to my Anaconda in the station, and it came back with the cockpit of with the Anaconda wire above me.
If you dismiss it and recall it, If you dismiss it and recall it, it will come in back into your instance because it has to go into supercruise and in orbit. So.
Yeah. That's a first for me, though. I've never known my own ship to not instance with me.
Right. That's some glitchy shit right there. Are you on the Polo Harbour planet?
No, I'm actually in at the Bio 3.
Oh, you're here. Okay.
Yeah. My ship's not in your instance, is it? And I'm because I logged out in my SRV, and my ship's parked nearby on top of the mound. I mean, on top of the crater.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Keep on driving until you get the boarding light.
Okay, I just discovered something fun.
Get pulled.
We got boarding light on an invisible ship.
RV out there.
As I was approaching the Sarlacc pit for landing, I just discovered something wonky. As I was on approach, the planet above had a very clear, lit by the sun look. But I get here in the cone of this moon, and it darkens up suddenly. So it's not...
I thought that happened.
Yeah, actually, we're not in the dark side of that planet. That planet should be lit.
Space Cat. Space Cat, any chance of wing invite, please?
I didn't realise my ship had a cloaking device.
Somebody wants me to invite to the wing?
Mikey D.
Yeah, he was going to put you all back in the wing, so that way, if you put him back in the wing when he turns it in, he can ensure that it's going to work. He's probably docked now.
I think we should report that to Frontier.
Here we go.
I'm back in system now already. I've sold in solo. Whether that was the right thing to do or not, let's see what happens.
Oh yeah,
you know things are bad when you can't instance with your own ship.
We done it. Yes.
It worked. IC4 map by. It worked perfectly. Yeah, the moment of sail does not matter. It's the moment of scan that matters.
There you go then. So you got your name on. It's 3 Alpha and 3 Charlie. That's the two I scanned. Did you scan one as well? You didn't, by the looks of it.
No, I just do a flyby. I scan nothing.
Oh, you didn't map it. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But yeah, you got your name on it. First mapped by Mikey D, Lance D, Space Cat, WYK4, Gary, and Kelly O'Brien. Well done, everyone.
I've dismissed the ship and come back again. It's worked. It's now in my instance.
And I presume you've all got around about 12,000 credits as well.
I didn't see money appear out of nowhere. Probably we'll have to sell it ourselves or something.
It's going to be on your transaction tab, I believe.
Must be my AI pilot that's out of instance.
No, but for that part we need to be in the wing and in the sail point as well, so don't sweat it.
I've got more people coming in the instance. Awesome.
We're gonna need a hell of a lot more people in this instance.
Heck yeah, this is where all the cool kids hang out, man.
Ranks kill you slow in system. I can't see anybody else's ships around here at the Bio 3.
There's about 2 ships around there.
System scan complete.
About 8 ships.
Let's have a fly around.
That's a crate-looking ship. I just seen a crate. Is that a crate fan?
Yep, it's a crate phantom nearby.
My crate phantom's got a crate paint job.
The golden crate phantom.
Isn't it crate?
Yep.
Looks like the only way I can instance with you is if I was in the wing, I think. I thought being in VCOM might be enough.
Everybody turn your headlights on.
There's mine. Well, I've flashed them.
Anyone need instant?
Mine is on, but I'm in Super Cruise, so you can't see it.
Mostly talking about one of the condos at the back, one of the condos on the right.
The light coming out of my light bulbs is actually going backwards.
Anyone need instant?
I'm going to fly out and fly back in again in an instant.
Hey, Venator.
I use my strafe buttons to select it.
Yeah.
It looks. I'm watching you, Iminer. It looks completely different than mine. I've got grids. My HOTAS, when I move around, and it snaps right to the plane. Yeah. Are you using? I mean, I do have a Rift. I don't know what you're.
I'll jump out and jump back in. Should instance then.
Yeah, yours is looking completely different than mine. I've got a reticule that I move around with my HOTAS, and when I get close to the planet I want, it snaps right.
Yeah, there's something in there.
Yeah, because I'm watching you. I'm watching you. You in the galaxy map. You don't have a reticle.
There's a setting in there to fix that. No, it's in control settings, I think. I remember when I first got my VR, I had that issue, and it's definitely like a weird setting.
The game apparently can't recognize your name. Get your some.
Ah, gentlemen, I'm back.
How'd I take heat damage?
The bloody star.
Who turned out the lights?
I'm going to refuel, guys. I'll be right back.
Hey, if you go into your galaxy map tab all the way on the right, you want to make sure that you have the correct settings marked. I think it's show.
I believe it's a space key if you have it configured the way you have your menu in the cockpit configured. The UI keys, then for me it's the space key in the UI at the left and the right, so it's going to be the space key in the galaxy map too. So what's in your UI settings? I think that's the one that drives it.
Might be right there. Is that it?
Hold on. So under...
Did enable UI camera lock on? No.
Under mode switches. Is it mode switches?
Wow, those moons are very close together.
I guess some of you on the main menu. I see.
Yeah, it's a setting that turns on. I totally had this problem, and it's a weird setting somewhere.
Mine was I'm on default. I use my strafe buttons and my target button, the B button.
Go to interface mode. Yeah. And then then the setting you're looking for is UI panel select. That's what should make you select the thing in the galaxy map.
Then that's gonna be in your. So do you have the all of the translate y-axis, translate x-axis, z-axis? Do you have all of that in your galaxy map bind to your HOTAS? Because you'll want them on different. You won't. I don't think you'll want them all on the same, like, HOTAS setting. Like, you'll need different ones for each of them.
Okay, ranks crew slow on the ground. What's that sound on the planet?
That would be the biological site.
Is that in the crater?
Yeah.
Yep, in the crater.
Nice
Yeah.
and eerie.
Oh, thanks. I'm just gonna have some tea and then I'll come back. Speak
That's
soon.
Yes, that's your favorite bark mounds.
They're barking.
There's some pumpkins.
Almost like I can drive up those push stairs in that cutter.
So for me, it's the space key that I'll check the other bindings if there's anything else with space.
Cutter in VI is a proper behemoth.
I just put a video that I saw. I don't know if it's going to help you or not, but there's a video I found about setting up bindings. I put it in the link, the chat link.
So when I have the bindings file in a text editor, it's only the it's the UI select that has a space key for me, and it's the vertical thruster button. That's one of the buggy settings. And I have a fixed camera world toggle. I think that's one of the camera settings. And audio, the Galnet audio play and things like that. So it has to be the UI select that is corresponding to the Galaxy map selecting.
Seems like we are 10 chip in the same instant.
That gold phantom.
It's looking at us. Yep, now we are 11 chips in the same area.
You see me, I'm actually physically walking on top of your ship called Emmett Brown.
Hey.
Image.
I actually put my VR, I put my camera right there in my VR, so I'm a bit taller, I can't get the camera any lower. But it's absolutely, you don't realise how big these crates are until you're actually sort of walking on them. Oh, I hate it when that signal loss comes on.
best name for a ship in this instance at the moment has got to be the Benevolent Wiener.
Warning, intake. I suppose better not stand here.
That means you've got to you've got to go onto the friend list. Is there anyone else in here? I think we're all good.
I zoom right in and then I use my strafe buttons to highlight the stars, and then it actually highlights. And I press the C button to go up and down the plane rather than left and right, forward and backwards. Yeah. Yeah, it was difficult. You can't point it with your mouse when you move your mouse button cursor on it. But I use the cursor below it on the plane, on the galactic plane. That's the only way I can move my that's the only way I can select anything in VR. I use the strafe button on my throttle to move around. You would think they would have a 2D version where you can just select things with your mouse.
It's there. You just got to set it up. You got to find a way into.
I actually set mine to default because there was a lot of stuff didn't work, so I set it to default and just changed stuff all over again.
What I see in the stream is that he only highlights the system with his moving the cursor to the system.
Yeah, it's moved around.
And then he does everything through the menus. So he would select. You get this info box, and you can select or you can.
I believe they have a plug-in for it. It's called Tracker or something. VR Track. If you get that, then I think you can do that with that one.
Is that where you press a key on the keyboard and it actually puts a little dot on your whatever you're looking at, and then you can click?
Yeah, clip over and it tracks where.
It's got VR mouse or something.
I mean,
It doesn't highlight at all. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't show up. If you keep it still, it takes a short while to highlight.
So, but you realize you don't have to be exactly on the planet. You can be below. You'll be on that line leading down, and you will get a disc. Do you get that disc?
And you can't zoom right in to the maximum.
Hey, let me ask you a question. You know, when you're in the galaxy map and you see you have the menu on the left and you go to the tab all the way on the right, What options do you have checked there? You have to have the show grid checked. Yes, that's the thing. That is the setting. Check it, and then you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, if you switch that off, you can't select anything. You want.
Well, now it's working, right?
And then you can use a hat.
There's that weird setting. There's that weird setting. But that's why a lot of us have 15 and 2,000 hours or more in the game, because it's stuff like that. You gotta figure out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Although mine was on by default, I'm not, you know. I deleted my bindings file and restarted because there was stuff that just simply wouldn't bind.
I'd like to say a word. I'm putting up something in voice chat links. It's a place, waypoint I'd like to share with everybody called the Trio House. It's probably going to be not too crazy far from next waypoint, I'm not sure. But it's definitely worth the detour while we're in a galactic area. I'll let you read it, but long story short, one of the craziest skies in Elite. You get a white dwarf with a gas giant in extremely close proximity, and you watch that from a nearby ring giant with water moon, and of course the moon as geysers. You can land there and look at this crazy.
And of course, it's a black hole nearby.
One of my friends is already at Sagittae.
Obsidian Ant is currently streaming.
I thought it might.
I wonder if he's at the alternate waypoint. Probably not.
He's actually currently flying. The other one don't use him anymore. I don't know why. It's weird. I'm not mentioning his name though.
Yes.
For Bravo Alpha.
So it's planet for second moon and the moon's moon. And Bio 3.
He's nowhere near here.
I'm at the system.
Hey, Space Cat. I noticed you were almost broke. Did you need a loan or anything?
What? What do you mean almost broke? Oh, you see my money up there. Yeah, right.
I have plenty of credits.
Yeah, you've only got almost 2 billion. That's
2.8 billion here. Almost 3 billion.
No, that's pretty dang good, man. But you do a lot of exploring, so. Yep.
And mining and stuff. I do everything.
Awesome.
And I know explore mine a lot.
Profit from exploration, 1.3 billion.
Obsidian Ant is 1,400 light years away.
So he's.
What the heck is he doing?
Yeah, with which ship though? He's got 6 accounts.
He's on his crate one for the DW2.
He's currently scanning. It looks like he's currently scanning a water world.
I've got his, gonna put him on board my ship. I'll pin it up here. I'll pin it to the top right hand side.
But about 5 The 0. No, let me see. About $500 million in
If I
exploration
make
data.
this, I'll make the screen 80%. So it looks like a holographic display then.
I'm basically drowning in credits.
But he is. I'm going to go down to the galley and get me a chicken chow mein.
Just playing some footage. He's just playing a video.
Yeah, it looks like we got a sneak peek of that place. That looks pretty cool. Be worth a trip.
And that's not the best screenshot. He hasn't caught the gas giant in super close proximity to the white dwarf.
Which place is that?
Trio awesomes. Look in the voice chat link. Go up to the post by Space.
Yeah, that looks safe.
It's a white dwarf, so of course it's not safe. Oh yeah, we do see the gas giant. If you look at the close-up, a little bottom left of the star, we do see.
I wonder how many players are gonna die in that system.
Oh, I've been greeted by Obsidian. I use a different name in Twitch, though.
How large your tree? Do you need ring invite? You're 1 ring spot.
3.
No matter how many times I did that, I couldn't instance until I was winged up. Alright.
Might have to adjust your settings a little bit.
Yeah, when you have multiple ships,
settings,
it can limit the performance of your VR.
That's why the ED profiler by Dr. Kai is so nice and convenient.
See, that's a problem with the Obsidian Amp, man. He's like in the wrong, he should be up here in FleetCom doing his shit.
Yeah. Well, he was in FleetCom. I mean, although he got wiped out, him and Yamix both got wiped out around the same time on top of that mountain.
Oh, really? They both did?
Yeah.
Yamix as well?
Yeah. Got them both.
Because I'm friends with Yamix, but I'm not with Obsidian yet. At least not yet, anyway.
The first waypoint jump, I jumped with Obsidian. It was pretty cool, that. And then the server crashed. All I heard in the background was Obsidian going, no!
Oh, and the Darth Vader sort of style.
And we had Dr. Kai's